Hi, and welcome everyone. Floating objects between Earth and the moon's south side. We can see two asteroid type objects um, of the same characteristics, but a bit different in form and shape. Not much different. Around these objects, there are at least two objects that I was able to spot and to get an actual very close up on them. My goal always to try to show the raw objects that are around the moon. Before I edited this photo, the object was blue, and now you're seeing there it is. This is the original shot of one of the shots that I'm editing here, and you can see that the object is not all that small, but don't forget like how much of you can see a structuring of craters and maybe mountains, whatever is there. I don't know, but we could see it well enough to see it. But on the surface of this object, spectacular. They're the two objects that you can see on each side there. To see there's more than one. There's actually a third one a bit lower on the bottom there, right. But we can see lines on the centers of these asteroids. You see, I always use the same editing technique, and I don't usually see that much of a change in the surfaces. And um, this is a different surface than to what I'm usually used to seeing. Just a note that in the center you can see all this running lines, all these running lines that are maybe lava tubes. I'm just saying. Look, you can see them there. It's pretty neat to be able to see a difference in the surfaces out of maybe, oh my goodness, now up to probably close to 50 objects that I've shown on this channel. And this is the first time that I see a surface with these direct lines that go all around the insides of it, and it's very intense heat, most definitely on this. Could be lava, could be, how would a small object interact with volcanoes? How would Earth rotate, guys, with volcanoes very active? Like, I don't know myself. Like, imagine all the volcanoes, okay, start erupting on Earth and stuff. Would it affect its rotation? Would it affect the way it interacts in space? You know, it must have an interaction with its weight. I don't know. I mean, these are all things that I wonder. And you see the light source on the bottom of this object? This is the larger one here. Look on the bottom. It looks like something that is on fire. Either way, a pit, a fiery pit that's on the surface, very close to its edge, and around it, we'll see the objects very close afterwards of the objects that are around it that you can see there in the outskirts. And these objects are very mountainous. They've gone through fire, brims of fire for sure. You could tell. Maybe this was just a collision further out because then when was this? This was actually at the beginning of December. So after the 5th, it'd be around the 9th, the 10th of December 2017. And we're going to go see really nicely this beautiful object that's on the left because it's ablaze. It's burning. It has intense colors either way around it. Sometimes these spheres or objects could be the atmosphere around them interacting with the oxygen that's burning. Once they create drag and they get heavy and they go low into the atmosphere, they first of all in our higher atmosphere, and then they come lower and lower. They burn up and they become meteors, or asteroids, and they crash to Earth. This is what happens, and by the time they get here, they're as big as quarters, and sometimes they completely disintegrate. We will see it here in various different filterings. Simple, straight up filterings. Here is simple black and white, which is always uh, pretty good to see any details. So we got a bumpy surface that we're seeing. We're not seeing anything definite and directly on the surface, but we're seeing that it is an object that is, again, mountainous, um, you know, rocky, asteroid-like, asteroidish, if you want. But this beautiful object, this is the one that was underneath. Look at it. Look at the beautiful stone or metal object. When I was younger, I thought asteroids were all rocks, you know, and I don't think there are any rocks. I think most of them are metal. There's lots to learn. And isn't science incredible? And you know what? I got one brain. We each have only a brain, guys. We can't learn everything about science. This is why they have certain specialists in certain fields. when you think of it. But I'm trying to look at it in a broad way, a thorough way, but not to get carried away into any, you know, direct or certain science. I want to think out of the box all the time. And out of the box doesn't have to mean thinking differently than others. It's just keeping an open mind. This is a beautiful object, boy, I'm telling you. And here we're seeing close that light source on the surface as we're going down here, just these lit areas, uh, a lot of high elevations on these, and you can see, look, it's not a planet, it's uneven, it's something that was smashed, it's a broken part of something, some planet or elsewhere, or a star, or maybe possibly a neutron star. Two neutron stars did collide in space recently, a bit less than a month ago, I believe, and it's so much amazing action that's going on, and I do believe that it has to do a part with with the shift that everyone says is going on. It could have sent some debris our way, but why all of a sudden these large objects, very close? It is concerning, when you think of it. And for most astronomers, it must be like a playground right now because there is a lot out there. Here's another pass by of this beautiful object at the bottom. This is a tiny speck. It looks so tiny, but it is not. It could be as big as a football field. The channel contributors, the ones who made this happen and made this channel a reality, along with all of you, over 7,300 people. I welcome you all. Thanks for interacting. I will get to the comments. What usually happens is every 3 or 4 days, I answer hundreds of comments, as I will tomorrow morning, I promise. Tonight, with WSO YouTube channel, Steve Olson, and I will interact. So thanks a lot, everyone.
So what I usually do is at night, even if there's no moon, I can go on the stars. In the day, if there's no moon or stars at night, I can always get the sun in the afternoon. But for a couple of weeks, it'll probably be like this. The weather's pretty crazy around the world, and even here it's not standard. Snowfall all the time, 2-3 centimeters every day. Freezing rain today, hail today, a bit of everything we're getting every day. So this is what the sky looks like right now.